stayed away, and Everest just kind of missed it. It's out over the plate, right in his wheelhouse. Surprised that he didn't make contact on that, but he strikes out for a first time tonight. So that's a 71 strikeout.
Changeup, bounced foul, 0-2. Timeout. Turner's got something in his eye. Pete Walker's on the phone, checking on the progress of Trent Thornton.
Thornton's got to be ready by now. He's had plenty of time to get loose. This is how that last Turner at bat started. Him spoiling borderline pitches. Ended up being a 9-pitch at bat when he connected for the home run back in the 5th.
Laid off a couple of those in the last at bat. .95 pitches now for Barrios. Nice play off the netting.
As he goes to his right, throws a little bit off balance, but right on the money. Christian does a nice job with a quick turn to second base. He does it early, and he's able to get the throw over to Casas to erase that leadoff bunt base hit.
George Springer up for the third time. He has struck out in each of his first 2 at-bats. And Paxton spiked that one into the turf way out in front of the dirt even. So a good idea and well executed by Varsho, but they don't get anything out of it after the double play ball.
Paxton's made a bunch of good pitches all night long, but he has saved his best for George Springer. He has really pitched Springer tough. Elevating the fastball, driving that cutter down and in. And you mentioned that they have a long history, so he has a lot of respect for George Springer.
The count now 2-2. But in at 98, it's a full count. And it's not, but it looks like a nice and easy 98 too for this guy. Big, strong guy, great arm. Fair ball. Devers with a long throw. Big stretch by Casas, and they got him. Good play by Casas over at first base after the long throw by Devers. And we're through 6. It's still 4-0 Red Sox. Padres will be here at the Rogers Center, a midweek series, July 18th, 19th, and 20th. Thursday game, the 20th, is a day game. Get some friends together for one of those three games and come on down to the ballpark. Visit BlueJays.com/tickets. That is a superstar-laden team that is having a very disappointing season so far, but all kinds of stars coming when the Padres show up. The line for Barrios.
Yeah, when you see the line, 98 pitches, and you notice the note at the bottom, and 3 home runs in his previous 6 starts. This is the first giving up 3 home runs in a game since last June 20th in Chicago against the Sox, and he had done a pretty good job of keeping the ball in the yard. The Red Sox got to him tonight for 3 long balls, and that's the difference in this game now. Trent Thornton making his 4th appearance. Trying to keep the Blue Jays close.
In the first 3 appearances for Thornton, 4 innings, 4 hits, 3 strikeouts, has not allowed a run so far. Tristan Casas, 0 for 2, leads off the 7th. And a line's one into right center for a base hit. Springer with a sliding stop, and he will hold Casas to a single.
Casas has had 3 good plate appearances. That's the first he had. He was rounded an extra base hit back in the second by Guerrero at first. Then he lined out to the second baseman. Well, he gets full extension on that fastball away and drives it into the gap. Springer cuts it off to get Casas at first base.
Now Christian Arroyo, 0 for 2 on a couple of groundouts. I saw this guy earlier this season. I can't remember what it was. I must have been watching a Red Sox game, and they did a bit where, like, he was interviewing one of his teammates just for fun on the pregame show. Natural. Like, absolute natural. Wouldn't be shocked at all to see him in the Nesson booth in a few years now.
And, he's done a good job of bringing forward players into their booth, whether it's a radio booth or the TV booth.
Lou Merloni's in the TV booth.
Yes, former infielder.
Got him to chase. 1 down.
Celebrating home runs at Boston Pizza. Your buds, baseball, and BP. The perfect trifecta.
Top of the 7th inning, the Red Sox up 4-0, hitting the Blue Jays 6-2. David Hamilton is 0 for 2 on the night. Good curveball. Paxton, 6 at times dominant innings tonight.
Got his game face on.
Sure does.
So far, it's been a pretty good night for Canadian-born pitchers. Mike Soroka is having a good night for the Braves, as he's making the start, first one since June 4th. He's given up 3 runs in 5 innings, but he's got a 7-3 lead over Miami.
In there, 3-2 on Hamilton. Got the waves you can probably hear if you're watching at home. There you can see it, the wave going around here at the ballpark in front of a crowd better than 37,000 here tonight. Runner not going. And it's just low for ball 4. Pete Walker jogging out to the mound.
Getting late for the Blue Jays as they trail 4-0 here in the 7th inning. And you look for the Blue Jays on their lineup, Machine, Guerrero, and Chapman, scheduled hitters in the bottom of the 7th, so it's important to keep the Red Sox in check here. Trying to keep them within striking distance.
Back to the dugout, first and second, one out with Casas at second and Hamilton at first. And hitter Connor Wong, the batter. Wong has been playing almost every day after Reese McGuire went to the IL with an oblique injury.
Well, he likes that breaking ball.
Yeah.
That's the pitch he hit off for Rios his last time up, down into the left field corner. Reese McGuire was off to a good start to his season until he gave way to that injury. And pretty good combination, lefty McGuire and Connor Wong, right-handed hitter catcher.
Wong, Buck, appeared in 2 of the 4 games against the Blue Jays at Fenway a couple of months ago and went 5 for 9 with 2 doubles and 2 homers. Now he's got another double in this game tonight.
Now, he's got 15 doubles on the season, and that's what you like to see from your catcher. You don't care so much about the average. It's not a big deal for most catchers. Just do some damage, get those extra base hits, and move the base runners around.
One ball, 2 strikes. And a fastball stays high. Blue Jays are just 7-17 in the American League East. Red Sox actually above 500. They're last in the division, but they're 13-11 within the American League East. This has been a problem for the Blue Jays most of the season.
Coming into this game tonight, the Blue Jays have 28 games remaining against the American League East teams, and they would have to go 18-8 to get to 500. That's a tall order. They're going to have the season.
The 2-2. Bold foul.
You know, initially we thought that reducing the number of games against your division rivals was a benefit. Now it looks like it's a detriment to the Blue Jays because they don't have enough games competing ground on the East.
They're a half game back of the Yankees. They are 4.5 back of the Orioles. They are 10 back of the Rays. Continue to set the pace. Play on at second. Back in safely as Casas. That's a foul ball. It hit the dirt in fair territory, but it bounced up and hit Wong when he was still in the box. So nothing out of the ordinary there. Foul ball. But if you're Danny Jansen, you pick it up and you fire down to third.
Sure. Right, you can see there, a little tapper, and it hits him right in the hand before he ever took a step out of the batter's box. So it's dead ball, foul ball.
That's in there for strike 3 called and out number 2.
Now Trent, he gets this breaking ball away, and you can see it's going to catch the outside corner. And found off a couple of pretty good breaking balls that stayed on the inside part of the plate, but that time he couldn't pull the trigger.
So two down. Here's Jaron Duran, who homered his last time up. Hit a changeup from Jose Barrios out to center field, or just to the left and straightaway center. This has been a positive development for the Red Sox this year. He's a much better player now than he was last season.
Yeah, he's added a lot of muscle. You can see he is really buffed up, and just 26 years old. Long Beach State.
He skies one to shallow left. With Merrifield waiting patiently and makes the catch. And the side is retired. 7th-inning stretch at the Rogers Center. Time's running out, folks. The 50-50 jackpot from J-Scare ends in a couple of days. And some big news in addition to winning a whole lot of life-changing money. Our very own Buck Martinez will be calling the lucky winner. Visit BlueJays.com/5050 from anywhere in Ontario to get.
And I would love to call you, so make sure you get your tickets. And let's talk about $1 million. Hello, this is Buck. You just won $1 million. And I hope you say it's great news. Instead of saying, okay, thank you.
Got a couple of days to try to get it up over the $1 million mark. Bo Bichette leading off the 7th. Bo has struck out and walked. The Blue Jays have 2 hits. One of them is a bunt hit by Dalton Varsho. Plus the 1 walk drawn by Bichette. That's it. 3 base runners in 6 innings, and Buck 2 of the 3 base runners were erased on double plays.
Yeah, and Paxton has been on his game. I mean, this is great stuff. He's featuring a fastball that's hit 98. He's still got 97 in the tank. He's had a great cutter, thrown a few change-ups, and dropped the curveball in there from time to time.
Taken in the dirt, 2-2. Blue Jays will see right-hander Cutter Crawford tomorrow, and then Garrett Whitlock on Sunday. The Jays will counter with Yusei Kikuchi on Canada Day, and then Kevin Gausman on Sunday. Takes it, full count. Field, but it is caught by Yoshida. 1 down.
That's a hard hit ball. The ball was all over. Yoshida has been playing in left field. You know, he's an offensive player basically, but he's played all right in the outfield. He doesn't have a particularly strong arm, but he gets the ball back in the infield quickly. And you know what? He's perfectly suited to play left field at Fenway Park.
Yeah. Here's Vladdy. A fly ball to the wall in center, and then a double play ball and a ground ball to short. hooked him up. Hamilton, the shortstop, 2 down.
You know, we always talk about baseball being the game of inches. Roddy, with 2 outs and nobody out in the first inning, hit but John Duran in center, went over the wall and brought it back in. Who knows what that would have happened had he hit a home run out of the ballpark, and maybe it's a different story. The Paxton, boy, he has been as good as we have seen him.
That Chapman for the ground ball down to third. And Paxton is now through 7 scoreless innings here tonight. Still 4-0 Red Sox as we get a Blue Jays Central update with Jamie and Joe.
The Boston Red Sox have a 4-0 lead thanks to 3 home runs, and it's the ball club that leads heavily on the home runs. And the Statcast presented by Google Cloud will show you Justin Turner, John Duran, and Yoshida have all gone deep here tonight. 397 over 400 for the next 2. And the home runs have been a problem tonight. As we talked about, Barrios has done a pretty good job coming into this game of keeping the ball in the ballpark. Different story is Boston hit 3 against him tonight.
Fastball, and Thornton gets. And Verdugo wants a timeout. Down and in. The Orioles are trailing Minnesota 1-0, top of the second. Must have had some rain there maybe before Baltimore got going. Yankees are in St. Louis tonight. Tampa Bay's out west in Seattle. The Rays are 56 in 28. I mean, they might have cooled off a little bit, but they're still winning they've won 2 out of every 3 games they're playing this year.
They've overcome injuries as well. They've had their share of injuries. Come back from Tommy John.
Yankees are in a rain delay in St. Louis. And that's a time violation on Thornton. It looked like in the old days, like Verdugo was asking for time, but he had already taken his timeout. But I guess he was pointing out to the umpire, he's out of time. So that's a violation on Thornton. And it's ball 3. Shot Chapman charges, does not get him.
Chapman was playing over towards shortstop as down third base line. Look how far he has to go to get the ball, and then he has to throw on the run. Verdugo hustling up the line, beats it out. And Jeffy was just playing it more up the middle than he was toward his regular spot, and then we had infield hit for Verdugo. His first hit, he struck out all 3 times prior to that infield hit.
So here's Musson. And I don't know if you saw this, Buck. It was a story in Boston about 10 days ago. Yoshida gave an interview, and in the middle of the interview, he was asked about signing with the Red Sox, and he said, yeah, actually, I thought I was going to be a Blue Jay. So evidently, he and the Blue Jays had some conversations before he signed. I think it's a 5-year, $90 million deal, I believe, with Boston.
Right. And he played in Japan for Oryx, and he was a teammate of Adam Jones. And Jones played there for 2 years, and he knew that.
Alex Cora made an interesting point to us today. Some of the Boston media were asking Cora about how's Yoshida doing. He's had some ups and downs, although the numbers are very good. And first of all, he said, he's hitting over 290. And then he said, it's just a totally different, it's such a big adjustment. Well, he hits another ball hard. That's a base hit into right. Verdugo's going to make the turn and beat the throw. So it's first and third, nobody out. He said, the travel is totally different in the same time zone. And the of travel is by train. He said, that's a whole different ball. Playing a Sunday night game in Boston, then getting on a plane to go to LA or Anaheim or Seattle. You had every Monday off in Japan. They play 6 days a week. You don't have that in the major leagues. And he said, you got to account for that.
Yeah, and obviously all the new pitchers and the increased velocity he sees from pitchers, it's a good adjustment. He's had no problems against the Blue Jays. He has had 3 hits tonight, including a home run. He is now 12 for 21 against the Blue Jays this season. In 5 games.
And hits the ball to every part of the ballpark.
Yeah, he put a charge in this 444 feet. He's not a very big guy, but he has a big-time swing. That home run is 9th of the season, and he's 3 for 4 so far.
The second longest home run he's hit this season.
I called Adam Jones today and left him a message and said, hey, Jonesy, I want to talk to you about your former teammate. He called me back from Athens, Greece. Wow. He was in Greece with his family on vacation. He said, yeah, I talked to Yoshida about coming to the big leagues and told him you're going to see more velocity. And Yoshida had trouble with velocity early in the season, and Jones said, I watched about 100 at-bats and told him sooner or later you're going to get your foot down in time. And boy, he's caught up very quickly.
Left field, occasionally DH. Runner goes from first, and there's no throw. Yoshida with a stolen base.
Is perfect 4 for 4. He doesn't run a lot, but Barry Jansen looked like he never got a good grip on the baseball. Yoshida takes a peek at this home plate and picks up the steal. Now they're shooting in scoring position. The Blue Jays have to come in now on the infield.
Grounded to second. The runners will not try to advance. Espinal makes the play to get Devers. And here comes John Schneider. He is going to make a pitching change. So Thornton will go an inning and a third. Mitch White on his way in for the bullpen. months of the season due to injury. He rejoined the team on June the 10th, and he comes on tonight, Buck, his 6th appearance with the Jays this
in LA and hadn't faced him an awful lot. That's right, but it's a deep to center field, picks up his second RBI in the ballgame.
Now Tristan Casas, who was 1 for 3, had a base hit his last time up.
Mentioned James Paxton has been throwing the ball very well, and he's continued that right into this ball game tonight. No runs on just 2 hits through 7 innings.
Norton and hitting at a third. White on after him. 1 run in. Runner at second, 2 down here. Top 8. And a fastball at 95 to get him swinging and retire the side. Red Sox 5 and the Blue Jays nothing, going bottom 8. Tour shirt is the perfect addition to any wardrobe. On Saturday, July the 15th, when the Arizona Diamondbacks are in town, be one of the first 15,000 fans of the ballpark, and you can receive your very own. Go to BlueJays.com/tickets.
I put in my personal request today because I'm not going to be there on the
Right.
Chappie shirt night. And I said, hey, Chappie, can you save me one of those shirts? He was thrilled.
Yeah.
He was very
Yeah.
proud of that. He said, they turned out great, didn't they?
Yeah.
They got a little bit of everything on them. He is really happy about that.
It's all in favor of Mr. Siddle and myself wearing them on air that night.
Very cool.
There's a base hit up the middle for Alejandro Kirk.
That's a start. It's the third hit of the ball game. Second hit to the outfield. Marshall had a bunt base hit, and there's a pitch below the strike zone that Alejandro stays on and drives it up the middle for a leadoff single here in the eighth.
Now Danny Jansen. Jansen 0 for 2. Ball to right and a pop up to second. Two and 0. Jansen pops it up, foul, and back out of play. And Alex Cora has his bullpen going right now. One of his high leverage guys, Chris Martinbuck's getting up.
Yeah, Chris Martin, and then of course they've got the big guy in the back end, Gibby Jansen.
Two and one on Jansen. High in the air to left. Yoshida didn't see it right away. Eventually comes in to get it one down.
Jose Cuervo Tradicional. Made with 100% agave for over 250 years.
First game of the Canada Day weekend series between the Blue Jays and the Red Sox. 3:07 start tomorrow afternoon. Yusei Kikuchi inbound for the Blue Jays. Tonight, the Jays being shut out to this point of the game. They've got just 3 hits. They had just 3 hits last night, Buck, although they did win the game 2-1. That's just 6 hits in the last 2 games, at least to this point of this.
That's been the biggest mystery of this team all season long. The fact that we felt like this was going to be a good offensive team with the mixture of lefty bats and righty bats, and there was a lot of promise in this lineup, and it just hasn't surfaced so far consistently. Jackson now over 100 pitches at 102. It's the 4th time this season he's thrown more than 100 pitches in an outing. And that's going to be it. Offensively, they make a move right here.
2 on with 1 out.
Even though it's lefty on lefty, they might stay one more batter with Varsho. But they're going to have a Moundas, and this is a good indication they're going to let him face Varsho.
Yeah, they push the pitching coach is out, so Paxton will get Varsho, and then they can figure out what they want to do. And you saw Paxton nod 3 times right away, so one of those statements from Bush might have been, this is your last guy, one way or another. Go get him, big fella. But
yeah, I mean, he's thrown 107 pitches earlier this season. So they don't want him to go off pretty deep. He has thrown 7 innings just once in his previous 8 outings. He's got 7 1/3 under his belt right now, but the Blue Jays are threatening. Got something going here.
first and second, 1 out. This is the first first time the Blue Jays have gotten a runner to second base in the game.
And you know what? The bunt is there for Varsho right now. If he wants to drop it down, the right side of the infield is playing deep.
He's done it once already tonight. Might he try it again? I don't think we've seen him try it twice in the same game, but I'm with you. They're so far back. Again, if he just gets it where he wants to, he's got a base hit.
Well, it'll serve two purposes. It'll load the bases and get Paxton out of the game. Well, not matter. He's always into the game, isn't he? Talking matchups, talking pitches, talking approach.
Now we're back 2-2 on Varsho.
Well, Paxton hasn't lost a thing off his fastball. That last pitch was 97 upstairs and still has great life on it.
Kirk, the lead runner at second. Merrifield's at first. Varsho bouncing back right below us. Another foul back. If and when Alex Cora goes to his bullpen for the righty, John Schneider's got some left-handed bats on the bench, including Brandon Belt, Kevin Biggio. Also, we don't know the status of Kevin Kiermaier right now. He's available in any capacity. Bouncer to third, Devers to step on the bag. They'll force Kirk, and that's all. So it's a fielder's choice, first and second, two down. And now, here comes the pitching change. Well, he has thrown a no-hitter in this ballpark. He didn't quite reach those levels here tonight, Buck, but he pitched awfully well.
Boy, he sure did. Longest outing of the season. They leave the game with a 5-0 lead, having given up 3 singles, including a bunt single. James Paxton looks like he is back top of his game right now. Another good outing for the lefty.
So Martin coming in with the Blue Jays down 5-0 in the bottom of the 8th. very strong outing for the guy from Lander, BC tonight. James Paxton, 7 2/3 outstanding innings, looking on with a couple of men on his responsibility as Chris Martin comes in here with 2 outs and 2 on in the bottom of the 8th.
Yeah, Chris Martin, since he's come off the IL, has been really good. When you look at it, he has 18 outings since being reinstated from the IL on the 30th of April. He's got a 153 earned run average since then, opponents hitting just 212 against him. He's 6'8", presents a tough angle. Blue Jays have runners in second and first, and Brandon Belt's going to hit against Martin here.
Belt pinch hitting for Santiago Espinal. Boy, Belt was in swing mode right away. And he's a patient guy, a very selective guy, but maybe he had what he thought was some good information on what he might see on that first pitch, but he fouled it off.
Interesting. He's never had an at-bat against Chris Martin, and he went away from his profile.
But outside, 2-1. Looks like he's okay. Don't know if his cleat's stuck or rolled an ankle, but he seems all right.
And the umpire is going to give him time to regroup. This is a 4-seam fastball. Boy, he took a rip at it and swings underneath it. Then you can see his left ankle gave way. Doesn't appear as though he injured himself. He just lost his balance. But boy, that's pretty awkward going down in a heap at home plate.
And Martin gets him with a high fastball as the Blue Jays leave a couple of men on here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Today here at the ballpark in the middle game of the series between the Red Sox and the Blue Jays. Big pregame ceremony. First pitch after 3 o'clock Eastern time on Sportsnet and Sportsnet Now. Can't wait.
Always a big day here at Rogers Center in the stadium, and the fans will all be decked out in red as we see that beautiful maple leaf flag deployed by all the military service people. Terrific day. Always look forward to Canada Day here.
Mitch White back on the mound. Christian Arroyo leading off the top of the 9th for the Red Sox. New second baseman for the Blue Jays, Ernie Clement, is on after Brandon Belt pinch hit for Santiago Espinal.
In just his 8th game, he's only made one start. That start came at second base back in May.
Now to play 1-2. Jays will send a pitcher to the mound who has been on a roll lately. Yusei Kikuchi will get the start tomorrow. Hunter Crawford for the Red Sox. To right field, playable for George Springer.
It'll be interesting to see how Alex Cora puts his lineup together. Given the fact he started 6 lefties in this game tonight. You know, Devers is going to play. I bet you Yoshida plays, given the success he's had. Verdugo will play. There's 3 of them.
But actually, Cora was asked today about the turf, and he kind of hinted at maybe Devers getting the day off tomorrow.
Yeah, and tonight an 0 for 4 probably put him in a more frame of mind about doing that. But with Yoshida, you got to think he's going to stay in the lineup.
Yeah.
He is worn out the Blue Jays. 3 for 4 again tonight with another home run.
This one hit well towards the left field corner, and it's fair and off the wall on the fly. And Hamilton, with his great speed, is easily into second base.
For Hamilton, an opposite field double. That's his first extra base hit. As he hits a 4-seam fastball and stays on it. Drives it a long way down the left field line. Takes a short hop against the fence. 323 feet away.
So he's at second, and now Connor Wong is up. 1 for 3, doubled and scored back in the 6th.
Connor Wong's kind of impressive when you look at his numbers. He had a double. He's got 15 doubles now. He scored a run in the 6th. Originally drafted by the Dodgers. But the Dodgers are in pretty good shape behind the plate with Will Smith.
Connor Wong was part of the Mookie Betts deal.
Yeah.
Back in 2020. Alex Verdugo also part of that trade. MLB has announced Mookie Betts is going to be in the home run derby. So we know Mookie Betts, Julio Rodriguez, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. are 3 of the contestants.
Oh, Tommy's got to do it again, doesn't he?
Got to do it.
Yeah.
Everybody looking back in the direction of the Red Sox dugout. That ball went over there, but it looks like everybody's okay. So 2-2, the count on Wong.
Remember, really appreciates the netting, and yeah, you're going to get a high pop up into the seats once in a while, but you certainly don't get those wicked line drives that used to rocket into the seats now. And the netting's not an issue. I don't think anybody minds the netting at all.
In the air to center. Varsho backpedaling will make the catch. Hamilton tagging. And into third. This is that foul ball, and look out. You cannot afford to look away. Might have gotten a royal by the look on, right?
He had that foul ball off his leg, too. He goes, what's going on here tonight? Picking on me. But you know what, too? The dugouts never had screens before. Yeah, it looks like Arroyo may have gotten hit by that foul ball.
On apologizing, even though obviously not a whole lot you can do about it. So runner at third, 2 out. Here's Duran. And for players and fans alike, it's much safer than it used to be.
The worst one that I remember was at Tiger Stadium. They had 2 concrete pillboxes, and there was no place to go. I mean, you couldn't stand up in a hurry because you'd hit your head on the ceiling, and there's no screen in front of it. The balls used to shoot into those dugouts and then rattle around, banging off the back walls.
Fly ball right field. Springer back. And makes the catch on the track. On to the bottom of the ninth. Presented by authority of Rogers Blue Jays Baseball Partnership and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Rogers Blue Jays Baseball Partnership. Now, James Paxton, without a doubt, Buck, the story of the night tonight.
No question about it. And he has a season high 7 2/3 innings pitched, 3 hits, no runs, a couple of walks, and 12 strikeouts. His longest outing of the season, 110 pitches, also the highest pitch count for Paxton. He looks healthy, he looks sharp, and he did a good job. Got off to a great start as he retired the first heat and came to the plate. That set the tone for him tonight. Caleb Ward will make his 19th appearance of the season. And he'd just like to have a clean inning here in the ninth and not have to get anybody else into this game. Chris Martin faced one batter and struck out the pinch hitter Brandon Bell and ended the inning.
And first pitch swinging, George Springer's popped it out. Everybody is in there, and the ball is dropped. Boy, the second baseman Arroyo and the third baseman Devers come together, and they clank it.
You can see Arroyo asking Devers, "You didn't hear me?" Because Christian Arroyo was very demonstrative in calling for it and waving his arms. He called for it early on, but then Devers just kept drifting and drifting and drifting. And watch the second baseman coming in here. And he's going to call for it right here. I got it, I got it, I got it. He's camped under it, and Devers just kept drifting. And Devers will probably be charged with an error on
He
that.
was, yeah.
But yeah, there was no reason for Devers to come all the way over from third base to try to get in that play. You could see Arroyo is camped under it and called for it several times. And then said, "Hey, you didn't hear me?" Shortstop's got to help there too.
Well, that's what I was going to say. That's actually a shortstop's ball, but the shortstop's only been in the majors for a week, so maybe he's deferring to the.
But what he can do too is say, hey, he can call Arroyo, and get Devers out of the mix. But this has been the scene for the Red Sox. They have not played well on the field all year long. They have been terrible defensively.
And that strike three called as Ford gets Bichette.
So you see the pop-up on the infield behind the mound. Here comes the shortstop. He wasn't very loud when he called it. He said something early on, like, you guys got it. But then Devers gets over and interferes with the second baseman, Arroyo.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is 0 for 3. Fastball that got in on his hands, and he fouls it off out of play.
Where Devers had errors, his 9th of the season, and those types of errors, they just can't happen.
Might not hurt him in a 5-run game,
Yeah.
but close. That would be a real concern for Alex Cora. 1-2 on Guerrero. Baltimore is now down 5-0 to the Twins. Baltimore batting in the bottom of the third. And he's still in a rain delay in St. Louis. Atlanta's hit 6 home runs to or something else. They're leading Miami 14-4. Matt Olson's got 2 tonight and 28 on the season. 28.
Who's he think he is, Shohei Ohtani? There was a time where he was scuffling a little bit. Now he's gotten hot. And how about Ron Bakuda Jr.? He can lead off for the National League in the All-Star game, man. He is a terrific player. Does so many things to him to win. Great defender at right, strong arm, steals bases, hits home runs. He's in well over 300.
He'd be your first half National League MVP, I would think.
Yeah. Good job by Vladdy. She recognized late and spoiled that pretty good pitch. Of course, got a good fastball up to 97, 98 miles an hour.
Well hit ball to right field. Caught just shy of the track by Verdugo. 2 down and Springer back.
Boy, that ball died. It came off the bat. Looked like it had a chance at least to get up against the fence. And the way Verdugo reacted, it felt like he thought the same. As Verdugo felt like he was going to have to play it off the wall, and the ball just died. The ball's not carrying this ballpark like we expected.
So the Blue Jays are down to their final out. If they get shut out tonight, it'll be the 3rd time in the last 10 games they've been shut out after not getting shut out the entire season.
Yeah, long streak of not being shut out, and then all of a sudden started in Miami when they were shut out 11-0.
And this looks like it'll do it. Arroyo making sure this is all his. And the night belongs to the Red Sox, to James Paxton and the Red Sox. He's outstanding. They hit 3 home runs, and they're now 5-0 against the Blue Jays this season.
Yeah, they have won every game that they have played against Toronto. And I tell you, James Paxton, he was the difference in this game tonight. And the Blue Jays never got anything going, and then Chris Martin and Caleb Wood rounded out. But a good start, another series opening loss for the Blue Jays, and they're going to have to really scramble down the next 2 games against Boston.
Canada Day tomorrow. We hope you can join us for the ball game. Always a lot of fun here with the Rogers Center. For now, let's go back to the studio and Sportsnet Central with Martine and Carly.
Was absolutely spectacular over 7 2/3. Didn't allow the Blue Jays much at all. How did he do that?
If you are a Canadian fan of baseball, you should be a fan of James Paxton. Though he beat up on the Blue Jays in this ball game, but he was fantastic. And yes, you're facing a team that is struggling to score runs, but when you have the game that James Paxton had, the fastball was electric, and he just pounded the right-handers up in the zone and in. He dropped them away once in a while, but he was up there around 95 to 97. And then the cutter, that little cutter slider down in the zone. So we've seen this before, high velocity up, cutter slider down, and then, oh, by the way, how about this changeup he broke out in the 4th inning? Threw one to Bo, threw a couple to Vlad, he got the ground ball double play, and he's got a little curveball here. Didn't throw many of these at all. I'm just sprinkling this in to show 2 powerful weapons with the fastball and the cutter, but then sprinkles in a changeup when he needs the curveball as well. He's got a lot of weapons. This is one of those nights that you have to tip your cap to the opponent. I know the Blue Jays hitters don't want to do that to any opponent right now because they just need to score more runs, and it's not happening. But tip cap to the Big Maple.
Okay, let's address that. We have witnessed the Blue Jays win the last 3 series. They lost the opening game of each of them. So maybe that's a harbinger of what you'll see this weekend against Boston. But consider that 2 nights ago, they got to Logan Webb for 5 runs in the 1st inning. A night ago, they win, but with 3 hits in total. And then they're absolutely mesmerized by Paxton and 2 relievers here. Is this an issue with the approach? Are they easy to pitch to? What's going on with the inconsistency offensively?
I think it has more to do with all hitters have weaknesses. All hitters have places that you can attack. When pitchers attack Blue Jays hitters' weaknesses and execute, they're in big trouble. And we've seen that time and time again. Now, sooner or later, you have to hit those pitches where your weaknesses are, but you also have to go to your strengths. We've seen Matt Chapman chasing the fastballs up in the zone and away. It's been a struggle. Danny has trouble with the fastball. What do? They count it, not only up in the zone, but in on his hands. That's a good hitter's count. Witt's gotten into a little bit of a struggle lately. No way you're picking on him, but the fastball away, and how about the fastballs up to Brandon Belt? We just continue. That's a pinch hit late in the ball game, and he basically had no chance based on what we've been seeing. His fastballs up some more, and he's not got a chance to get to them. So if they have a weakness, they pound them, they get to them, and we're seeing more and more pitchers do it than not. They'll get to some pitchers because pitchers do make mistakes. We saw that splitter right in the middle of Clayton Vladdy last night. It won the Blue Jays a ball game because he leaned into it and we put it into the seats. Couldn't do that to Paxton today because there were a whole lot of mistakes for these hitters to attack.
So Martine and Carly, I'll be dressed extravagantly. Joe, maybe, and we'll have a really interesting feature on a kid who used to run the base post game here at the Rogers Center, now closing out for this team. Markham, Ontario's Jordan Romano on Blue Jays Central. Hope to see you then.